Okay, it's 6:15. This is Thursday. This is Forest Homes. This is a little swimming pond over swimming hole. The Huey just did a dip there. He did one dip over to Canyon Road and Prospect, and then he took off. Second dip, he went down Canyon, probably trying to help us down our Mountain Home Village. They got about another hour to fly. There was a bigger course giver, not the Sky Crane, but he took off before I got here. So I waited to see what was coming back, and I was able to talk to the fireman that cut the brake over there behind Prospect. He was there when it burned down. I had been told a home had burned, but then they said no, nothing was lost. But he's saying, and he would know, he was right there. There's a guest house, kind of like a mother-in-law's little cottage, little, you know, couple hundred square foot. Last house on the right, I think it is. That, he said they lost that. But he said all their prep work really paid off on keeping the fire away from the homes. He said that's the only structure that up here that has burned, which is amazing. When they ran us out of here last night, it was getting crazy looking. I thought they were sure they were going to lose some homes right there on that corner, but they stopped them. Power's out up here. Looks like they have a generator here. Get down here and get around here. Here's the guy I was talking to. Get me a little tight here. That's him right there in the balaclava. And there's 3 locals there. Boy, the deer gnats are bad up here. You probably saw the head nets on them. I've got my bug stuff on. They said bug stuff won't work, but if you got the good stuff. Control Release by Sawyer, that stuff. These are like deer gnats. They're really bad around the trees, the live oak trees. There's just a cloud of them around those guys with the... You saw them swatting the gnats, the firemen. They don't have the nets. But yeah, the Control Release, you got to have something good for bug repellent. And, or those nets. They almost look like a beekeeper's net, and they may be. They're mostly just for like Alaska, where the real bad, what they call no-see-ums. Yeah, you got to have... I'm going to go up here by the Elmex, the store, and we'll see what that looks like. I did a video driving in here. And I turned off here. This will give you a look up here. I'm not going to go much higher up. It's up by Wilshire Peak. He said the furthest it's burned up canyon is the backside of Wilshire Peak. The south slope of the Yucaipa Ridge. He said it's up here at the and it's pretty high up. It's not down low. The lowest spot is right there, Prospect, and looks like they're filling up a water tender here. Yeah, you see them how they're spinning the wrench. That's a water tender. They're filling up water. And we'll get up here. Haven't seen any deer today, and haven't seen any bears. Just yesterday I saw those 2 does. They were all freaked out. They were in the road there by mile marker 18. This is where I usually see deer, right here. Oh, what the heck was that? A bird. Looked like a mockingbird. I don't know if you saw that. There's no fire on the left. A lot of smoke up here from this by Prospect, and also it's blowing up canyon. Really, there's no wind. It's the complete opposite of yesterday. There's no wind at all. It's dead calm. But the smoke is kind of lingering in the canyon right here. It's not as bad as a couple of days ago when I was up here. It's more light smoke, and it seems like it's a little higher up. And it looks like they got more engines up here. County Fire guys, yeah, they're in the station there. They got guys up down there at Prospect. They're up around the homes there, on the south side of the homes. They're still protecting those. So it's that south end, he said, is what they're worried about. That's the lowest. Here's the, I might even be on the webcam again. If you're watching the Mountain Care webcams, I think the webcam is, I think it points from that side. It's somewhere. I don't want to give away where it is. Yeah, there's a lot of sheriffs here probably inside there. I'm going to turn around here. I'm not going to go up higher. I would, but I don't want to get in the way up here. They let us media. I've got a media pass. People are wondering why I'm up here. They let us media come up here and document what they're doing. You know, people can. Hopefully, it keeps looky-loos. Firefighter raffle tickets. That's the Elkhorn, the general store, El Mexicano. Right there, the El Mex, they call it. Good Mexican food. And as long as we stay out of their way, they're fine with us. But if somebody gets stupid, they just throw you out of here. They get the cops to come escort you out of here. So we don't want to do that. But this will give you guys, the Forest Falls people, a look at from Elmex down. I want to go on Prospect, but he said they've still got firefighters in there. They probably got engines in there. And it's real narrow road in there. I don't want to get in there and block that engine in. And it's an active firefight right there. And what really sucked when we were over there, the boulders that were coming down. I thought it was a big truck coming up the backside of Loch Levin, but it was boulders. I went up to him. I said, "You hearing that?" He goes, "Yeah, they've been coming down for a couple of days." He said that's why they're not water dropping on it. They don't want to knock those big rocks loose. They got that, and they got flaming rolling logs. It's really steep to my left. It's straight up. The right side ain't as bad. There's that water tender that just filled up. But the left side it's just straight up. Mountain goat straight up. Here's the post office and what's it other? Oh, the church. I'm going to go all the way down. I'll run this usually I run them in 20-minute segments. I'm going to run it down. Hopefully we can get down. I got stuck in Big Bear. When it jumped the road down here in two places, it got too crazy to go down. I was hoping today it would, but from what I'm hearing, it's threatening to jump the road down here in a couple spots. We can look at it jumped the road here by the bridge, and then it jumped the road further down by Bear Paw. That's the one that's trying to go up to Angeles Oaks. When it jumped the road there, that's a trigger point. He was saying as soon as it jumped that road, that's when the sheriff went flying into Angeles Oaks and said, "Get out of here." You know, they started doing evacuations. They drive up to the homes. And I was asking them about the pink ribbon. There's two ways they can use it. The pink ribbon, if they do it in front of a house, like the mailbox, that means they've been told to get out. They can't make them leave if they live there, but that means that they've been told to leave, advised to leave. Then I was seeing pink ribbon just on the side of the road, and I saw some super guys, some superintendent guys, like they were supervising the hand crews, and he said that when it's like that, it signifies there's a place that you can, like these guys were crawling out on a little outcropping to watch the air attack. They were probably relaying how good it was, or if they needed more here or there. So that's what they were marking, that as a good lookout spot. So the pink tape's it can be used two ways. If it's on a mailbox, the home has been told to somebody's been told there to get out. And I guess it would help the sheriff. As the sheriff's going house to house, they pink tag them so they know the next guy comes up behind him. He knows that that's already been told to get out. They don't waste, because they literally have minutes to get, it could be minutes depending on what the fire is doing to get out of there. Luckily, it didn't, at mile marker 16 is where the battle's been with air attack, above the turn of Forest Falls. They've been putting Foss check down, and they had like 30. They had like engines and crew buses up there, like 30 vehicles. I saw. I think it was. That's the most I've ever seen like that. And I could hear chainsaws going down there like crazy. The problem with the Foss check, it had real thick canopy. The Foss check wasn't getting down to the bottom. It was staying up on top of the trees. Wanted to look here. I see Jeff's house now. He's talking about the dead pine tree. Gotcha. And I asked him about bear paw. He said bear paw, from what he knows, it didn't burn under the. There's the power line. It looks like the power line burned across the creek there. That's why power's out up here. It's going to be days for them to get that power back up, because the fire's still right there. They got to let that fire finally die out, and then they can. Edison can get in there. Yeah, the power line's down. I don't see it. I'll pull in here where you can see this. He was talking about the gravelly area. It's where it's actually a hella spot where they were dropping the logs when they were logging the bark beetle logs, the pine trees. It used to just be a gravel road or gravel turnout, but they've leveled it, and you can see these logs in here. I think they were changing out the power poles. What the heck was that? It can't be my shocks. But you see how burned it is right here? This is it burned down here to the creek. I got a bad squeak, or a mouse. But this is where it was burning. It burned down this ridge right here. That's down the creek, and then this is, as I turn, I'll give you a little more mountain where you can see what's going up in the mountain. As I turn, you can see that's pretty much all burned. But right over here, that's up there by Prospect and Canyon. They're still trying to keep it off the houses up there. This right behind me, this slope here to the north of Valley of the Falls, it doesn't look like it burned. I'm trying to see. No, that didn't burn, which is good. That's where the big orange sheep hang out, right up here. And I don't know, I've been looking for them. The smoke, they probably just, although I've seen deer and we've seen all kinds of critters that have been right back next to the fire. We saw roadrunners the other day, quail. I've seen several deer. A lot of them were panicked when they were running from the fire, but 2 days later I saw by Riley's there by Pine Bench Road, that doe come walking up by Tina's house. Her parents lived there. Their house, a doe walked right by me. She was eating, and no care in the world, it looked like, which was cool to see. They're staying in. They're not leaving the area, which they still got food and water. So yeah, I'm looking for down here by the cinder pile. This is what they call the cinder pile, and it's not as smoky. If you're like right here the other day, I was sitting here by the cinder pile. It was so smoky, really bad smoky. I finally found my throat lozenges. I was really getting hoarse. My throat was really feeling the smoke this morning, but I got my. This is what they call a cinder pile. It's a pile of cinder for the winter. Always look up here to the right. The bighorn sheep are 100, 150 yards up sometimes. The rams, it's usually the rams, not the ewes. And it's cool to watch them. They'll sit there and bed down, and they'll feed. Okay, I'm hearing a helicopter. Yeah, he's over the top of me. He's going back up. He must be dropping down here where we're going here. Bear paw here is on the left, and it's still a lot of smoke. I'm going to see if I can see that building. He said it didn't burn, so, which is good. Get out of these guys' way. The El Centro crew coming in. Imperial County, El Centro. Yeah, that's a strike team there. This is probably the chief following them. Task Force 6110. This is where I was hoping I could get down. They got a little problem right here on the right. This is where, down here is where it jumped the road. Yeah, these guys are getting out to take care of this right here on the right. In fact, they've already got a hose line out. Riverside County Fire, there's probably some guys in the bushes there putting that little thing. That's what they do. They just drive around and look, and they find a, here's where it burned up this side. I'm trying to see where it jumped. They said down by Bear Paw, which is going to be, looks like right down here. Or this could be from today. I'm looking to the left to see where it burned across. This is what's putting up a lot of smoke. The air attack couldn't get in here. They came in for a while, then they had to pull out. They couldn't see. All right, here's where it burned across. See how it came up to the road, then jumped over? Yeah, right here. Right there. I'm not sure what the mile marker is here. Let's see if we can. It's in that long straightaway when you come down. Yeah, that's still burning right there. Little smoke right there. And is that the power lines down there? See that the poles are up there. Let me see if I can maybe pull this back. Oh, I don't want to pull too far. Sorry about that. I screwed up the video. Screwed it. There we go. We'll get it back here. And yeah, it jumped all the way down. It's on both sides of the burn, so it came across. And was that a deer right there? I've seen them stand out in a black and when it's smoldering all around them. At Coxie Meadow, I've seen them. It was crazy. They were all black from walking through the ash up to their chest. You know, the brush that wasn't burned down. It's crazy. I wanted to come down here before it got dark so you could see it. Yeah, it pretty much crossed right here, all the way down, jumped over. It was just a huge. When they threw us out of here, they wouldn't let us go down here. This is why. It was like 80-foot flame coming across the creek bed. Just huge flames. Yeah, it crossed right here too. I thought it was just a little spot, but it looks like it was a pretty good swath. You can see down here where the end of it is. Kind of down here's would be the farthest down. It's we're almost to Mountain Home Village. And I'll stop the video because it's getting close to, yeah, it's getting close to 20. I'll pull in here. They got another one of those dipping buckets, or dipping, I don't know what you call those. That's not the pumpkin ones. That's a different, the red ones, whatever you call those. But I'll start a new video now.